I found out that my now ex had a dating app. I haven't read this one, so who knows what's going to happen here. He had been hooking up with men for pretty much all of our relationship. I feel so betrayed. Ooh, yeah, that would suck. I don't know how to move forward. I feel stuck. I know these are his issues, but now I'm left feeling like I wasn't good enough. I find myself thinking, maybe I could have done something differently. Maybe I pushed him to do this. I don't even know anymore. Well, we live in a world where it is not often safe to be yourself sexually and in terms of how you identify. And so I think for a lot of people, they had to hide who that is and how they show up and what they desire in relationship in order to survive and be safe. So I have a good friend who was married to a woman and had a child with that woman, and then came out of the closet and they got divorced, and he got remarried about 4 years later, and she was his best man. And because there was, now don't get me wrong, I'm not dismissing the amount of pain that would be, that you might feel tricked, that there might be lots of things that you're processing. And for sure go into the journey of understanding that, and maybe speaking to your ex about, if it's safe to communicate the amount of frustration and anger you have for feeling duped, because you are allowed to feel that way and there still be compassion and empathy. Because often we're like, well, maybe they struggled or they were hiding that whole time, so I don't have the right to say these things. Yes, you do. Because of course you transferred time for that exchange as well. And it's your life too, and we can sometimes feel like our choice or our right to choose was taken away. And that can also create a lot of anger. So I would ask to clear with them. Also, the fact that he was hiding it feels like a giant betrayal. I mean, there's so many different stories that would be happening in this experience. But I would invite you, if it's safe to do so, to clear with him, to have a conversation with him, to express the betrayal and the frustration. There is a podcast episode that I did with Julie Gottman, Dr. Julie Gottman, and it is on infidelity and betrayal, and it's about trauma. So I would check that out as well. And I mean, now, years later, I now know a couple couples that has happened to. And, you know, on the blessing side of this, you are now released to go find a partner who could show up for you authentically, who is there for you authentically. And, you know, it doesn't mean that this person wasn't a good person, even though they were stuck in a prison of pretending to be someone else so they could be in a relationship.